Very good morning, students. Students, today we will start the new chapter, and the name of the chapter is Combustion and Flame. So, students, people generally use wood, cow dung cakes, kerosene oil, coke, or LPG gas to cook food. For running vehicles, we use petrol for diesel. In factories, we use coal or fuel oil or natural gas. So, the materials such as wood, coke, LPG, diesel, natural gas have one property in common, that is, they produce heat on burning, which is then put into different uses. So, students, in this chapter we will study about the chemical process of burning and the types of flame produced during this process. Students, here you can see when we burn magnesium ribbon in air. So, this is a magnesium ribbon and this is the burning of magnesium ribbon. So, when we burn magnesium ribbon in air, it produces heat and light and we get magnesium oxide. Similarly, when we burn charcoal, right, in air, it produces carbon dioxide and heat. Now let's start with our next topic, that is what is combustion and combustible substance. So student, let me explain you about combustion. So the process of burning of fuels to produce heat and light, it is known as combustion. And the material which burn are called combustible material. So it means that these substances give off heat and sometimes light when they react with oxygen. So such kind of substances is called combustible substances or combustible materials. For example, paper, wood, petrol, etc. So these are the example of combustible materials. And what are non-combustible materials? Those substances that do not burn easily are called non-combustible material or substances. For example, iron, glass. Now we will study about what condition is required or necessary for the combustion to take place. I will explain you one activity. What you have to do, you have to fix a lighted candle on a table. Then you have to put a glass chimney over the candle and rest it on a few wooden blocks in such a way that air can enter the chimney. And then you have to observe what happened to the flame. In the second case, you have to remove the blocks and let the chimney rest on the table and record your observation. And in the third case, put a glass plate over the chimney and watch the flame again. So you will find that the candle burns freely in case first, when air enters the chimney from below. In the second case, when air does not enter the chimney from below, the flame flickers and produces smoke. And in the third case, the flame finally goes off because the air is not available. Now, the combustion what are the three conditions? The combustion requires fuel. It means combustion only takes place when there is a fuel which produces heat and light and when it catches fire, for example, petrol and diesel. Then combustion require air. Like I already explained you that activity, like when a candle keeps burning in an open air and when we cover it with a glass or a jar. So it only burns until the oxygen inside it is consumed. Once the oxygen is exhausted, the flame of the candle flickers off. So this example shows combustion require air. And the third, combustion require heat. So the substance must reach its ignition temperature to catch fire. Now what is ignition temperature? Ignition temperature is the lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire or starts burning. That temperature is called ignition temperature. Now there is one more activity. What you have to do, you have to make two paper cups by folding a sheet of paper. Then in one paper cup you have to pour 50 ml of water and then heat both the cups separately with a candle. And while performing this activity, be careful while handling burning candle. Then what happened to the empty paper cup and what happened to the paper cup with water? So does water in this cup become hot? So students, If we continue heating the cup, we can even boil water in the paper cup. Now, the heat which is supplied to the paper cup is transferred to water by conduction process. So, in the presence of water, the ignition temperature of paper is not reached. Hence, it does not burn. So, students, the substance which have very long ignition temperature and can easily catch fire, catch fire with a flame, that kind of substances is called inflammable substances. And what are the example of inflammable substances? Petrol, alcohol, LPG, these are the example of inflammable substances. Now, next topic is how do we control fire? So, students, fire can be controlled by removing any or all of the factors of combustion, that is fuel, oxygen and ignition temperature. Right? Like you have seen homes, shop, factories that caught in fire, right? So, how can the fire be controlled from spreading? So, generally we use water to control fire. Water brings down the temperature of the combustible substance below its ignition temperature and it helping in cutting off the supply of air so that fire is extinguished. Then in the case of fire which is caused by burning liquid fuels such as kerosene oil, that can be controlled by throwing sand and soil over it. So students, we can control the fire by one or more of the following: removing the fuel, cutting off the air supply, cutting off heat or lowering the temperature of the fuel. Now, sometimes we use fire extinguisher as well, and as you all know that it is a device which is used by fire brigade to control fire. So the role of the fire extinguisher is to cut off the supply of oxygen or bring down the temperature of the fuel or both. Now, next topic is types of combustion. So, combustion is mainly of three types, that is rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion and explosion. So, the very first one is rapid combustion. What is rapid combustion? When combustion in which a gas burns quickly and producing heat and light in the process, this is called rapid combustion. For example, LPG. Now, spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous combustion in which a material burst into flames suddenly without applying heat, that is called spontaneous combustion. For example, heat from the sun or lightning may also cause spontaneous combustion, right? Spontaneous combustion of coal dust often causes accidental fires in coal mine, right? Then phosphorus which burns at room temperature. So these are the few examples of spontaneous combustion. Now the third one is explosion. So when a material bursts suddenly to produce heat, light and sound on the application of heat or pressure is called explosion. For example, crackers and firework. So these are the few examples of explosion. So thank you students and have a good day.